Hi dear students, welcome to mathematics class. So in today's session, we are going to start a new chapter of your first PUC mathematics, and that is complex number and quadratic equation. See dear students, you already familiar with the number system, that is real number system. Real number system contains natural numbers, integers, whole numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, right? And also you are familiar with the equation, linear equation. You studied in your high school classes. Linear equation means what? Linear equation is an equation in which the highest power of variable is 1, or the degree of variable is 1. So generally we can write ax plus b. This is a linear equation. Ax plus b is equal to 0. Okay. Now it is the equation. So here power of x is 1 and a and b are coefficients here. So clearly it is a linear equation. Similarly, here you studied linear equation in one variable and two variable also in previous class. Alva. So we can write the variable x or y, any variable we can write, and this is a what? Linear equation. Like this we can give an example. And also next you studied about a quadratic equation. So what is meant by quadratic equation? Just remember it. Quadratic equation is what? It is an equation in which the degree of the variable is 1. Degree means what? The highest power of a variable present in the given equation. So generally we can write degree of power is what? Degree of the equation is here 2. Degree of equation is 2. So generally we can write a quadratic equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Isn't it? This is a quadratic equation because the degree of this equation is 2. Degree of this equation is 2, or the power of highest power of x is 2 here. Okay. And here a, b, c are coefficients or real numbers. Okay. So this you studied in your high school, right? So you can give any example for a quadratic equation like x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, or x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, like this we can give several examples. And also here x gives the value, or it is a root or solution to quadratic equation. Means if you substitute the suitable value for x, if you get the left hand side and is equal to right hand side, then we can say the x value is what? The solution of this quadratic equation, or it is a root of this quadratic equation. Okay. So since here you have degree of this equation is 2, we'll get 2 solution or 2 roots for these equations. Similarly here x value or y value gives the root of this quadratic equation, root of this linear equation. So we can find y is equal to, the value will get minus 2, and y is equal to minus 2 is the solution of this linear equation. Okay, now I'll consider a simple quadratic equation. Okay, and I'll try to find the solution of that. Okay, so what is a simple quadratic equation? I'll consider C. That is x square plus 1 is equal to 0. Whether this is a quadratic equation? Yes. Just check the highest power. Okay. Highest power of variable is 2. Clearly it is a quadratic equation. Okay. Now to find the root of this quadratic equation. So what is the root of this quadratic equation we'll get, or solution we'll get? Root means what? Solution. Okay. So what is the solution we'll get? To solve that, we have to do one operation like this, bring this one to that side. Okay, x square we got minus 1. After that we have to find x value. This is a step, right? But here remember, whether a square of a real number, these all comes in what? Real number system. Okay, so any numbers if you consider, or any real number if you consider, whether the square of a real number is negative. Can you get the square of a real number is negative? No. Square of a real number cannot be negative. It is always non-negative. Okay, always x square is non-negative. It cannot be equal to a negative number. Okay, it is not possible, so that we can't get the solution of this quadratic equation in real number. We will not get the solution of this quadratic equation in real number. Okay, if you want to solve this equation, I'll solve this. See, x square is equal to minus 1. This is not possible. Okay, so x is equal to what we'll get? Square root of minus 1 will get square root of minus 1. Now again, okay, this is not exist in real number, not belongs to in real number, because in real number always you have inside the square root positive number or 0, not negative number. It means that the square of that number is always positive. Okay, so in this case square of that number is negative, so clearly this number is not less than real number, we can say. So now how to find the solution of this equation? Is there no solution of this quadratic equation? Yes, there is a solution we have. Okay, but we will not get solution of this equation in a real number, so that we are going to introduce a new, the extended system of real number, that is called as complex number. Complex number means what? It is the extended system of real number system. It is bigger than real number. The complex number includes real number also. Okay, so what is meant by complex number then? See here, just you got the value is x is equal to root minus 1. Okay, the value of this square root of minus 1 we can't find, therefore we are writing this as I. Okay, we are writing this as I. I means what? It is the imaginary number. Okay, so it is not a real number, it is one imaginary number. Imaginary number we are saying. Okay, the mathematician Euler introduced the imaginary number symbol as I. Okay, so here x is equal to root minus 1, it does not belong to real number system. Okay, and it belongs to the complex number system. Complex number system we can write as C. So what is complex number then? Just I said the imaginary number you can write as I. Okay, x is equal to I, will get I is the imaginary number. Okay, and I is a complex number also. What is meant by complex number? See, a number of the form a plus ib, a number of the form a plus ib is called a complex number. Is called a complex number, where a and b are real numbers or any constants. A and b are any constants. Okay, and I is equal to root of minus 1. I is nothing but root of minus 1, and this number is called as complex number. Okay, so what is the definition of complex number? A number of the form a plus ib, a number of the form a plus ib, where a and b are any constants and I is equal to square root of minus 1, then that number is called as complex number. Okay, now so the definition you got. What is the definition? Okay, so this is a complex number. We can write as a plus ib. We can give several examples for complex number. Okay, I'll give the example for complex number. Okay, so what are the examples I can give? See, it should contains like this two parts. Okay, here a is called real part of the complex number. Real part of complex number. If you consider this complex number as z, we can give a standard letter z as a complex number. Okay, so z is equal to, let z is equal to a plus ib be a complex number. Then a is called the real part of this complex number. The letter or the number a is called the real part of the complex number, or we can write as Re of z. Re means real. Okay, of z means what? Real part of z. Like that you can read. Similarly, the second what? B is called imaginary part. Why B is called imaginary part? Because B is a coefficient of I, or the coefficient of B is I. So that B is called imaginary part, and it is denoted by Im of z. Im means what? Imaginary part of z. Im of z. Okay, so you got how to write a complex number. In generally we can write z is equal to a plus ib, where a and b are the constants and I is equal to square root of minus 1. Okay, and a is called real part of complex number, or we can write Re of z. B is called imaginary part of complex number, and we can write Im of z. Okay, now if I consider one complex number, any complex number I'll consider here like this, 7 plus 5i. Okay, or 7 plus I into 5, we can write like this also, a plus ib, this form. Okay, so here you can observe 7 is the real part of this complex number, and 5 is the imaginary part of this complex number. 5 is the imaginary part of this complex number. Understand what is the meaning of what is the real part and what about the imaginary part? Okay, you can give several examples like root 3 minus I. Here, what is the real part? Root 3 is the real part. Root 3 is the real part of this complex number, and the coefficient of I is here minus 1, because in generally we are writing a plus ib. A plus here, the symbol is plus, but here you have negative, means what is the coefficient of I? Minus 1, because here there is no number, means what? The coefficient is 1. So minus 1 is the imaginary part. Okay. Now, minus 1 minus I root 3. So what is the real part of this complex number? Minus 1. What is the imaginary part of this complex number? Minus root 3. So like that we can identify the real part and imaginary part of the given complex number. Okay. And the set of complex numbers means what? Complex number is a set. Okay, complex number means what? It contains all the numbers of the form a plus ib. And that set we can denote by a standard letter that already I used, that is what? Capital letter C. Okay, so capital letter C denotes the set of all complex numbers. It is a set of all complex number in which numbers of the form a plus ib. Okay, how we can define C? C is equal to set of all a plus ib such that a and b are constants. A and b are constants, and I is equal to root minus 1. I is equal to root minus 1. Constant means it should be real number. Okay, a and b should be real number here, and I is equal to square root of minus 1. We can't take constant as root minus 1 because it is the imaginary number. Okay, so here a and b must be what? Real number only. Real number, and I is equal to root minus 1. And then this set is called as the set of all complex number, because in which all the numbers of the form a plus ib included in this set. Okay, so this is about complex number. The notation we understood, the real part, imaginary part, and the set. Okay, now whether complex number is a subset of real number, whether complex number is the biggest set, till here you studied that natural number is the smallest set, and natural number is subset of whole number is subset of integer is subset of rational number number is subset of real number. You studied, means real number is the biggest set. It is a superset of all the sets. or it is a universal set of all the sets you studied. But here the extended system we introduced, that is complex number, whether complex number is a subset of or whether complex number is a superset. Okay, it is not a subset. I can say it like this, whether real number is subset of complex number. Complex number is not the subset of real number. So first condition is wrong. Complex number is not a subset of real number, because complex number not included in real number, but real number is included in complex number. Because I can give one example. See, if I consider one example, 2. 2 is clearly real number. 2 is clearly real number. But 2 I can write as 2 plus I into 0. Okay, 2 plus here another b value 0, then clearly it is in complex form. This belongs to C. So any real numbers if you consider, clearly it belongs to C. But if you consider a complex number, that not belongs to real number, because I will not get in real number. I value is what? Root minus 1 whose square is negative. In real number will not get any number such that whose square is negative. So clearly all the real numbers are there or included in complex number, but complex number is not included in real. Okay, complex number ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಈ ಥರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ clearly it is complex as well as real. Okay, in this case it included in real number also. But the bigger set is what? Complex number. Okay, clearly we can say this is true. Okay, R is a subset of complex number. Real number is a subset of complex number. So, which is the biggest number system now? That is complex number. Okay. Now, I'll consider, as I said, the number 2 is real number and also it is complex number. Means in which the imaginary part of 0. Imaginary part of this complex number is 0. In this case, we are calling this such number as purely real complex number. Okay. In this case, we are saying the complex number as purely real complex number, because in which imaginary part is 0. Or in generally, if you consider any complex number like z is equal to a plus ib. Okay, if you consider a plus ib be a complex number, and okay, if b is equal to 0, directly if you say if b is equal to 0 of this complex number, then this complex number becomes purely real complex number. Okay, this is the first case. If b is equal to 0, then the complex number is purely real complex number. Second case, if a is equal to 0, a means real part. If a is equal to 0 of this complex number, then that complex number is called purely imaginary complex number. Purely imaginary complex number. Okay, so what is meant by purely imaginary complex number? A complex number in which the real part is equal to 0. Then that complex number or such complex number is called as purely real complex number. Purely imaginary complex number, not purely imaginary, sorry. A complex number in which the real part is equal to 0, then such complex number is called as purely imaginary complex number. Okay, so you can give several examples. See, 0 plus I into 3, this is purely imaginary. Or just 6i, it is just what? Purely imaginary complex number. 5i minus 3i, okay, root 3i. These are what? Purely imaginary complex number. But if we consider any real numbers like 2, 3, 5, 8, 11, minus 1, minus 11 by 2, minus 22 by 7, pi value, these are what? Purely real complex number. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಲ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 0 ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 0 ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಝೀರೋ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ನೋಡಿ. ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇಫ್ both a and b are equal to 0 of this complex number, both a and b are equal to 0, then such complex number is called as zero complex number. Zero complex number means what? This number itself 0. 0 plus I into 0 itself is 0, because here real part is 0, imaginary part is 0. So we'll get 0 plus I into 0. Its value is 0, and clearly it is called as a complex number. And which complex number? Zero complex number. Okay. Okay, now we'll see the equality of two complex number. Okay, when two complex number are said to be equal. Okay, we'll see the next now, the equality of complex number. Okay, see, if you consider two complex numbers, that is one equality of complex number. See, if you consider two complex numbers like z1 and z2, okay, z1 is equal to a plus ib and z2 is equal to c plus id. Let z1 and z2 be two complex numbers. Then if you say two complex numbers are equal, means a plus ib is equal to c plus id. If you say, okay, if you say these both are equal complex numbers, then the corresponding components, that is real part of first complex number is equal to the real part of second, that is a is equal to c and b is equal to d. Okay, so when we say two complex numbers are equal, then the real part of first complex number is equal to the real part of second complex number. Imaginary part of first complex number is equal to imaginary part. So a is equal to c and b is equal to d. Okay, now for example, if you consider x plus iy is equal to 2 plus 3i. X plus iy is equal to 2 plus 3i. Now they given here two complex numbers are equal, then what is the value of x and y will get? See here, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. X is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. This we will get, because here two complex numbers are equal. Okay, understand? When two complex numbers are equal, then their corresponding parts are equal. Means real part of first complex number is equal to real part of second complex number. Imaginary part of first complex number is equal to imaginary part of second complex number. So that we can find the unknown value of the given complex number. Okay, if you consider one example here of finding the x and y value of given complex number. Okay, see here the given 4x plus I into 3x minus y. See here, second example, 4x plus I into 3x minus y, 3x minus y, and this is equal to 3 plus I into minus 6, 3 plus I into minus 6. Okay, 4x plus I into 3x minus y is equal to 3 plus I into minus 6. Now find the values of x and y, they ask. Okay, so how to find the value of x and y? Since here two complex numbers are equal, we can write 4x is equal to 3. Real part of this complex number is equal to real part of another complex number, and imaginary part of this complex number, that is 3x minus y, is equal to imaginary part of second complex number. By this we can find x and y values. See, x is equal to, we'll get 3 by 4. X is equal to 3 divided by 4. And what is the y value? See, substitute the value of x here, get 3 by 4 minus y is equal to 6. or this is nothing but 9 by 4 minus y is equal to 6, or y is equal to 9 by 4 minus 6. Now take the LCM here, we'll get 9 minus 4 into 6, 24, minus 24 you got, all divided by 4, and this is nothing but what? This is nothing but minus 15 divided by 4. Okay, so you got the x value 3 by 4 and y value is minus 15 by 4. Okay, this is one example, okay, of finding the x and y value of given complex number. Okay, now in sometimes in the exam they'll ask to express the complex number in the form a plus ib. Okay, to express the complex number in a plus ib, you should know the power of imaginary number. Okay, I means what? Imaginary number. The power of imaginary number is nothing but what? See, power of I. Power of I, or we can say this as iota anta helbodu. Iota. See, power of I is what? We know the value of I is square root of minus 1. If we increase the power of I, what is the power of I here? 1. If we increase the positive integral powers of I, okay, not negative here, only positive integral powers. And the powers should be positive integer or natural numbers or 0. Okay, I to the power 0. If you consider any number whose power 0 means what? Its value is 1. Okay, so like that we can consider one case. But in generally, positive integral power should be there for I. Okay, now increase the power, I to the power 2. So I to the power 2 means what? That is nothing but I into I. 2 times I are multiplied, then you will get I square. But I value is root minus 1, again root minus 1. 2 times root minus 1 is multiplied, so what will get here? This is nothing but root minus 1 whole square, or this is nothing but minus 1. So remember, the value of I is root minus 1, but I square is minus 1. We got what? I square is equal to minus 1. Similarly, next, increase the power to 3. I cube. I cube is nothing but I into I square, or I square into I. But you know, I square value is what? Minus 1. Okay, substitute that minus 1. So I into minus 1 is nothing but we will get minus I. Okay, so the value of I cube is what? Minus 1. Sorry, not minus 1, minus I. Okay, so the value of I cube is minus I. Okay, so you got here I cube is equal to minus I. So the value of I cube is minus I. Similarly, next, I to the power 4. This is nothing but I to the power 2 into I to the power 2. But I to the power 2 is nothing but minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 is nothing but plus 1. Plus 1. You can understand here the powers of I. Say again, I to the power 1 is I, that is minus root of minus 1. I square is nothing but minus 1. I cube is nothing but minus I. I to the power 4 is nothing but 1. Now again you increase the powers. Okay, powers increase ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ I to the power 5. What is the value of I to the power 5? I to the power 5 is nothing but I into I to the power 4. Okay, see, I into I to the power 4 and this 2, it is plus 1. So 1 into I is nothing but I. 1 into any number is that number itself. So 1 into I is equal to I itself. Now, I to the power 6 is what? I to the power 6 we can write as I to the power 3 into I to the power 3. Alva? If you multiply by using the form a to the power n into a to the power m, when you have same base, then we can add the powers, then its value will get a to the power n plus m. Same here also, I to the power 3 into I to the power 3 means I to the power 3 plus 3, I to the power 6. But we know I to the power 3 value is what? Minus I. Again, I to the power 3 value minus I. So now minus into minus plus I into I square. Okay, so plus I square value already we know I square is equal to minus 1. So plus into minus 1 is equal to minus 1. I to the power 6 is what? Minus 1. I to the power 7 what will get? I to the power 7 we can write as I to the power 4 into I to the power 3. Again see the power 4 plus 3 is 7. I to the power 4 and is to 1 alva 1. I to the power 3 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ minus I. Now you multiplied 1 into minus I, that is nothing but minus I itself. Again next I to the power 8. I to the power 8 is nothing but I to the power 4 into I to the power 4. I to the power 4 into 4 means 4 into I to the power 4 means what? I to the power 4 plus 4, that is nothing but I to the power 8 will get. But I to the power 4 value we know, that is I to the power 4 is nothing but 1. Again I to the power 4 is nothing but 1. 1 into 1 is nothing but what? 1 itself. Just check here. See here you got I is root minus 1, I square is minus 1, I cube is minus I to the power is 1. Again I to the power 5 is I to the power 6 is minus 1, I to the power 7 is minus I to the power 8 is 1. And ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, if you write here the numbers 1, 2, okay like this 1, 2, 3, 4 powers. Okay, powers if you write, or I'll write here this side ಬರೀತಾನೆ. If you write the powers of I, power of I ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ 1, if you have the power 1, then its value is what? I itself, root minus 1 ಅಂದರೆ I. Power 2 ಇದ್ದರೆ minus 1. If you have power 3, minus I. Okay. If you have power 4, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ? 1. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ I to the power 5, I to the power 6, minus 1, I to the power 7, minus I to the power 8, 1. You can observe, yeah, I to the power 1 is nothing but I to the power 2 is nothing but minus 1, I to the power 3 is nothing but minus I to the power 4 is nothing but 1. Again for next 4 you got same I minus 1 minus I 1, I minus 1 minus I 1. Same for the next also will get same. I to the power 9 is will get I to the power 10 will get minus 1, I to the power 11 we will get minus I to the power 12 will get 1. So it continues like this for each 4 terms. Okay, like I to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, or multiples of 4 if you take. Okay, first 4, the next 4, the next 4, like that. The value will get repeats. Okay, remember it. I to the power 12 is what? 1. I to the power 13 is what? I to the power 14 minus 1, 15 minus I to the power 16, 1. So 1 ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. The value gets 1 when if you consider the power of I is multiple of 4, like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, okay, 24, 28. Like this if you have, then its value is 1 always. Okay, where n is what? A natural number. Okay, so I to the power 4n value is always equal to 1, remember it. Okay, I to the power 4 is 1, I to the power 8 is 1, I to the power 12 is 1, I to the power 16 is 1, like this it continues. Okay, next I to the power 4n plus 1. 4n plus 1 means what it comes say, if you consider n is here 0 in particularly, then it becomes I to the power 1, its value is I. If you consider n is equal to 1, then I to the power what will get 4 into 1 plus 1, means this can written as I to the power 4 into 1 into I to the power 1. So I to the power 4 into 1 is 1 into I to the power 1 is nothing but I itself. Okay, I to the power, if you take n is equal to 2, what will get? I to the power 4 into 2 plus 1. And this is nothing but I to the power 4 into 2 into I to the power 1. Alva? Separate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು power ಅನ್ನು. I to the power 4 into 2 is nothing but 1 into I to the power 1 is nothing but I. So, see here, if you have 4n plus 1 is a power, in general ಬರೆಯುವುದಾರೆ ಇದರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು I itself. Always for n natural number, okay, natural number includes 0 ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ positive integer ಅಂತ ಬರೀರಿ, positive integer. Here also write positive integer z plus. Similarly, it continues like this. I to the power 4n plus 2 is always equal to minus I. Minus I la minus 1. I to the power 4n plus 2 is always equal to minus 1. Because see, if you consider n value, okay, this I'll erase now. N value is 0, then I to the power 4 into 0 plus 2 will get, and that is nothing but I to the power 4 into 0 into I to the power 2. I to the power 4 into 0 is 1. 1 into I square is nothing but minus 1. Similarly, if you consider n is equal to 1, we'll get I to the power 4 into 1 plus 2. Or this can be written as I to the power 4 into 1 into I square. Or I to the power 4 into 1 is nothing but 1 into I square, that is nothing but minus 1. Okay, for each number of n, where n is a positive integer, then I to the power 4n plus 2 takes the value minus 1. Okay, ಅದೇ ಥರ I to the power 4n plus 3 takes the value, the next, that is what? Minus I. Okay, 4n plus 3. Example ಕೊಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಈಗ n is equal to 0 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. I to the power 4 into 0 plus 3. What is that? I to the power 4 into 0 into I to the power 3. But I to the power 4 into 0 is nothing but 1. I to the power 3 is nothing but minus I. So 1 into minus I is equal to minus I. Similarly, if you take n is equal to 2, I to the power 4 into 1, okay, if you take n is equal to 1, 4 into 1 plus 3 will get, that is nothing but I to the power 4 into 1 into I to the power 3, and this is nothing but I to the power 4 into 1 is nothing but 1, I to the power 3 is nothing but minus I. Okay, minus I. So if you consider in generally, I to the power 4n plus 3 takes the value minus I, where n is positive integer. N is positive integer. Otherwise, you can remember like this. See, here 4n, I to the power 4n is always 1. If you have here 1, okay, then its value is I. If you have here 2 is added, then minus 1. ನೋಡಿ 1 ಇರುವಾಗ I, 1 ಇರುವಾಗ I, ಪವರ್ 1 ಇದ್ದರೆ I, ಪವರ್ 2 ಇದ್ದರೆ minus 1, ಪವರ್ 3 ಇರುವಾಗ minus I. ಬೇರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ I to the power 2020 ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I to the power 2020. Find the value of I to the power 2020. So what is the value we'll get? See, ಇದರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವೆದರ್ 2020 is divisible by 4 exactly, you have to check. Clearly, since you have your the number even alwa 20 ಅಂತ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, clearly divisible by 4 ಅಲ್ವಾ, can do like this 505 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಬರ್ತದೆ. So clearly 2020 is divisible by 4. So this can be written as I to the power 4 into 505. Correct? Clearly we can write the value of this is 1, because we know I to the power 4n is equal to 1. Similarly, I to the power 2021 next year 2021. So what is the value of I to the power 2021? This is nothing but I to the power. You can divide 2021 like this, 4 5050 2020, and the quotient is 505, and the remainder is what here 1. ಏನು ಉಳಿತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಉಳಿತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ 4 into 505 plus 1. So now we can observe here what you have. Here you have an extra term, that is 1. Okay, remainder is 1. So clearly it is in the form I to the power 4n plus 1, and its value is nothing but I. Its value is nothing but I. Similarly, next case, I to the power 2022. This is nothing but I to the power 4 into 505, that is 2020, plus 2. Again, next you have here what? 2 you have, therefore its value is nothing but minus 1, because it is in the form I to the power 4n plus 2. So its value is what? Minus 1. Now the next, I to the power 2023. So what is the value of I to the power 2023? This is nothing but I to the power 4 into 505 plus 3. Okay, so you have your plus 3. You can observe in the case it is in the form I to the power 4n plus 3. So its value is minus I. So like this we can say directly. Okay, so if you have any integral, positive integral power to I, we can find the value of that I. We can find the value of that iota. Okay, so like this we can find. Okay, so we have to first check whether it is divisible by 4. And what is the remainder we'll get? Here the remainder is 0. First case, here 1, 2, 3. Just to remember here, I to the power 0 is 1. I to the power 1 is I. I to the power 2 is minus 1. I to the power 3 is minus I. I to the power 4 is nothing but again 1. Okay, like this it continues. So ಆ ಥರ ಬಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಪುನಃ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು 2024 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು I to the power 4 into 505 plus 4 ಅಂತ ಬರೀದಲ್ಲ, here 4 is common, so here it divided by 506 times. So this is clearly in the form I to the power 4n, and this value is nothing but 1. ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 2025 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ? I to the power 4 into 506 plus 1 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ, and its value is minus, its value is plus I. So like this it continues. So if they ask the value of any iota, we can find like this very easily. Okay, so in the next class we will solve some more problems related same, and then we will study about algebra of complex number. Okay, so I hope you understood about today's session. We will continue in the next class. Okay.